Shalom and welcome to Students of Torah. This year is entitled The Beginning of Daf Yomi Bavli Tavshin Pei Berachot Daf Bet Amid Aleph. Baruch Hashem, thousands of people around the world, Jews around the world, are starting to learn Daf Yomi, the new cycle, Berachot. The first page, I thought I'd like to offer a nice insight on the very first daf. The big topic is the Zman of Shema. When is the Zman of Shema? At night time, in the morning time? How does it work out? And it's a fascinating issue because many of us make early Shabbat in the summer times, which is with a lot of questions, but many do. So you'll say, so what do you do about Shema? So we do Shema later at night. Everyone knows when you're davening Shema, 4:35, 5:30, it's still sunny outside. That's not the Shema of nighttime. So we repeat Shema again when we get home. Either some people are very meticulous right when the nighttime hits, they'll see even in the middle of the meal. They'll do it right after the meal by benching time. Some wait to Hamap. That's another discussion. It's a mitzvah from the Torah. Probably best to do it right away. But here's the question. The real mitzvah from the Torah of Shema, when are we fulfilling it? Not at Mar at 5 o'clock. It's the afternoon. We're fulfilling the Shema when we do it at home at nighttime. So if that's when we're fulfilling the Shema, maybe you should say a bracha before you fulfill the mitzvah Shema. So Rabbeinu Yonah on the first page of Brachos asks this question. He says, we should say a bracha. He gives two possibilities, both of which we reject l'maisa, but they're fascinating. One, he says, maybe you should say, Baruch Atah Hashem, Elokeinu Mechlam B'Hashek Edishanam Susav Tzvon Al Kriya Shema. That's an appropriate bracha. It used the text that we say before any mitzvah. And we say, Baruch Atah Hashem Al Kriya Shema. You have Al Tefillin, Al Lula, Al Lekvon Mezuzah, say Av Shema. You'll say, where is it? It's not in the Gemara. Yeah, because the Gemara already has Avaramba in its place. But now you have an atypical case where you said Shema too early when you're davening Marav with the brachos, and now is when you're fulfilling it. So it's true this bracha is not in the Gemara, but we have to create it. Rabbeinu Yonah says it's a bit of a novel idea that we're creating this new bracha that's not mentioned in the Gemara. I'm a little nervous about that. So that has not taken off, although it's a fascinating idea. Second idea he proposes is you say Avaramba again. Avas Olam at night. You say that bracha again. Meaning when you daven Marav early Shabbat, you were doing that as part of Marav. And now you do it again as part of the mitzvah, of the Beracha mitzvah. So 2 hours ago when you davened, it was a regular part of Marav, and now you're using it as a Beracha mitzvah. And as a double roll. Normally, when you have it at night, has a double roll. It's part of the Beracha Shema, and that's the introductory Bracha for Shema. And has almost like a Beracha mitzvah element. But you're separating tonight, because the Shema you didn't do when you were davening, it was still light out. You're only doing it now, at nighttime, in the middle of your meal, or benching, whatever you're doing it. So that should be your Beracha mitzvah. And yes, it's out of its place. Normally, it's right after Hamariv Aravim. And it's true it's out of its place, but once it exists as a bracha, you can take it out of its place for the need and use it as a Beracha mitzvah. Isn't that fascinating? L'maisa, we don't do either one of these approaches. Those of us who make early Shabbat during the summertime, we just say Shema later, and we give up on the Beracha mitzvah because each of these approaches have been rejected by Klal Yisrael for different reasons. So it's just another reason why some people are nervous about making early Shabbat and having the Mariv when it's still light out. Then you can try to do Shema later. You may not even remember to do the Shema. Even if you do, you do it without the brachot, and then you're giving up the Beracha mitzvah. There's a lot of compromises, which is why many have the minhag just have regular Shabbat all year long, including Shabbat. That's another discussion. Each one should follow his own Moedas Robert to do. But here's just another fascinating aspect in terms of Beracha HaMitzvah and Shema. I wish everyone had tzlacha with the Limud Brachot Shabbos Mitzvah Shem Kol HaTorah Kula. Shalom.